to the world. Subscribe now to the Hot 97 YouTube channel. It's Ebro in the Morning with Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Ladies and gentlemen, friend of the show, back on Ebro in the Morning, Laura Stiles and Rosenberg. Give it up for our friend Erica Ford, Life Camp NYC, the Peace Mobile and all that, repping Queens.
All of that.
Erica, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. I'm good this morning. I'm very good this morning. It's a
Big announcement just came down, you know, and this weekend it's a big celebration for you, an official Erica Ford Day.
Yes.
How did this come together? I saw the proclamation
Erica.
too.
So cool.
When we were doing all the work around the White House, which we were on here talking about all the time, Mayor de Blasio on that last trip to the White House, when I came back, invited me to City Hall and presented me with a proclamation naming April 8th Erica Ford Day, which was the day that we did the signing with Biden around the different gun laws in New York, in the United States. And he knew the work that I was doing both nationally and locally. And so therefore, because of the work that I have been doing for over 35 years, decided to give me a day, Erica Ford Day, which is
Erica Ford Day. So this year is the big celebration, y'all. This last year was the proclamation. This year is the celebration.
Yes.
What do you guys have planned, and how can people get involved?
So most of the planning is a quote surprise for me. But I also have a surprise for folks that I'm going to say right here, that this is going to be my last year running the day-to-day operations of Life Camp.
Wow.
Oh man.
So on Ford Day, I am going to announce the transition. And what that means is like being in charge of who comes to work and who we're hiring and what they're doing every second. I'm not going to be involved in that at all.
The actual day-to-day management of the operations. However, you will still be involved.
I still will be involved because we just got our retail license and we're going to be open 3 dispensaries and delivery and just raising money for Life Camp, you know, teaching people what I've learned for the last 35 years and just making that elevation and transition of my work that I've been doing and creating a legacy of just a history, because a lot of times people die and they don't teach what they've learned. They don't create a new generation of themselves. And I feel that's very important. As I have Tupac looking over me, I know a lot of us would have loved for him to be able to build more Tupacs and create. And, you know, as he said, right, I'm going to set the fire that's going to ignite many more. And he has, and I want to intentionally do that, you know.
Erica, I want to point out too something you just talked about with dispensary licenses and Life Camp actually being one of the organizations, grassroots organizations that was able to receive a license from the Office of Cannabis Management. You know, I'm a part of the Cannabis Advisory Board, but what you guys are doing is a perfect example of, you know, opening up a storefront as a grassroots organization, as a nonprofit, and being able to leverage the cannabis industry to raise funds to do great work in the community.
Right. Yes, that is a great thing. And you know, this month is Second Chance Month. And that is what it's all about, right? Because they came into our community and they just locked people up for 20, 30, 40 years. They, you know, people got killed over it. Families were destroyed. And so to bring that equity back to our community, to be able to fund therapeutic services and enhance our work. So the balance of what it is that we're getting ready to do with our company is named Cushion Kemet. And we look to really empower and invest in not only our work, but families and young people who have been, or I should say young adults who've been impacted by this work, to have them work with us, to have them be the voices of us and really transition. I don't smoke. I was always the one that was like, get away from here with that smoke. Like, y'all smoking too much around me. My brother smoked from we was kids. Like, and you know, and now he's like, now you're the plug. Yeah, right. Look at that. And so, and in that vein, right, we should never close our doors to what we're never going to do, right? That let's be open to life and really live life and accept the blessings of things that come to you. Because I would have never in a million years, someone would have told me I would be the cannabis retail store. I would have said, no, that's not me. It's not going to be me. No.
But many like many grassroots organizations that'll be getting licenses, but you guys are also doing education on premises as well.
Correct. A lot of education.
And I think that's very important for the audience and people who might be like, wait, what? Like they're like you joked and said, oh, you're the plug for weed because it's a retail store, but it's not. You know, there's a lot of retail stores you may see around the city. Many don't have licenses. Let's be clear.
I'm not saying 99.9% of them don't have license. There's only 4 legal stores in New York City.
Right. So most of the stores you're seeing where you walk in and it's got a bunch of stuff going on in there. They haven't actively begun to shut those down as of yet, but that's coming. And I keep bringing it up periodically just so everybody's hopefully aware that these stores will not be there probably in a year or two. But specifically for what you guys are doing at Cushion Chemic, because I've seen your documentation and I've seen your presentation, it is about community building and using the health and wellness aspects of cannabis, as well as the revenue from the cannabis to continue to build community support groups.
100%. The wellness is I'm now using CBD for my own wellness. And so a lot of people taught me, and we're going to teach a lot more on how you can use both the plant and the extract to help balance your body, help, a lot of different things that are needed, and to change the stigma of the plant, right? Because a lot of people like myself, even for many years, the stigma of marijuana has to be broken. It is a plant, it helps heal. And, we want to help keep people there, not use it as a beginner drug and those type of things that they say young people will begin to do.
And it's important to know, Erica, like it's helped so many women who suffer from menstrual cramps that are like beyond it. It's helped people with seizures. I give it to my dog. I think Rosenberg and I both give it a CBD version that's specifically for puppies and for senior dogs for pain. There's so much that we are learning now that is so important. So that's why I really love the education aspect that you guys are bringing to the table.
Yeah, I've been sick for a minute. And I have these episodes at night where I can't fall asleep. I choke, I cough. And as I began to take the CBD at night, I would have a full night of sleep, and so I seen it work myself. So I know that it can work.
Well, and ultimately great sleep helps the body heal, right? It helps the mind heal. It helps calibrate and rebalance emotional things that you might be going through. And many people are out here suffering in many ways, not sleeping at night and wondering why they can't get the health results that they need. And without sleep and without good quality sleep, it's hard to heal the body. So the cannabis, the CBD, these things can definitely help you with that. Look up Cushion Chemic. You want to learn more about it. Erica Ford from Life Camp. I want to Erica Ford Days this weekend, so make sure you get to Erica Ford's Instagram account as well as Life Camp account to find out what's going on with Erica Ford Day. Erica, we love you so much and appreciate all of the work and the sacrifice that you've given to New York City over the last 30 plus years, just out of love and just out of your heart and knowing it was the right thing that the community needed and staying dedicated, not only in Queens, but all across the 5 boroughs. And the nation for that matter.
And congratulations on a well-deserved opportunity to take a step back and continue to do things in a different way and build other opportunities. It's fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for your support all these years. And we got to have some last ride-outs on the Peace Mobile.
Oh, no, the Peace Mobile. We're getting back in the Peace Mobile for sure.
And we now Erica, thanks to Senator Schumer, we're going to be getting a new Peace Mobile.
Yo, shout out to Chuck. Chuck doing some good work out here.
Yes.
Now, speaking of politics, there's as we approach the year number 2, maybe year number 3 for Eric Adams, who we know is a former cop. He's from Queens also. Erica, can you give us some update on what's going on in the street with violence prevention, the organizations, and where things are at with the work being done between the Cure Violence organizations and the NYPD to quell gun violence in the streets?
The New York City Crisis Management System is the sites that exist throughout the 33 sites across the borough. And in most of those, in 90%, 99% of those site areas, the violence has gone down. And so what that says is that those sites need to be increased. More people need to be hired. And we need to tighten and strengthen and increase the work that the New York City Crisis Management System is doing, because we're in each of our areas working with those high-risk individuals who has the potential to be shot or shoot somebody, and really changing the dynamics. Recently, we saw a takedown here in Queens of 33 individuals. And, I think that, and I'm not supporting anything that anybody do. I'm not supporting somebody shooting somebody killing somebody. But we got to look at the whole individual, and we really got to work with our young people in these communities that we're talking about equity from the war on drugs. People haven't healed from the 80s, families being destroyed, families being devastated, and these kids growing up in this stuff. And because Tupac used to say, just because we grow up in next to the murderer don't mean that we want to be murdered, And so that mentality sinks into our children. And then they're picking up guns to resolve, because the access to guns is not their control. They don't make guns. They don't sell guns. The guns get into our community, right? And so if we increase protecting our children and invest more, like I heard the mayor talking about all the agencies have to cut. Like, no, we shouldn't cut these agencies that give life to our children. We need to cut some of the police funding, right? It needs to, because you got to balance out whether you're investing in life or you're criminalizing and locking people up, because that's what police do. And if anything else that they do under their portfolio, give it to the agencies and let them do it, because police have a particular job and we all can't do everybody else's job. And so we need to balance the city and its investments and increase the work that folks are doing across the city that is very successful.
And do you think city council will be effective in going to battle with Eric Adams over where this money's going?
I hope so. I hope so. That's all I can say. I hope so.
Well, we knew that if Eric Adams became mayor, that he would favor the cops. And we're here now where we're hearing him talk about and propose the cutting of schools, cutting of libraries, and more funding to police, which for me says, okay. And once again, I've seen this many, many times. As we begin to not invest in children, we are ultimately investing in their demise and ultimately them being imprisoned. Those are who come from vulnerable communities. That's exactly what NYC is preparing for. Matter of fact, at the state level, Kathy Hochul is working with Republicans on this bail reform. And so you're going to have bail reform. You're going to have less tools and instruments for teachers, parents, and kids in communities, less support for organizations, and more policing.
Right.
That's ultimately where I see us headed today, based on all the information. Am I wrong, Erica?
Yeah, and even on the bail reform, right? You cannot pass a law and not work with the people on the ground and how it affects the ground. And so as you let young people out in the raise the age or decreasing the amount of people who will go into jail because of crimes, you have to increase the support on the ground. You can't let them out and not increase the support on the ground to help keep them out and get back to court, right? And so everything has to be succinct. And even when you're talking about public safety is the main issue, yes, it is. But we can co-produce public safety. We can work together to address it like the disease that it is and help people heal, as opposed to just criminalizing and locking them up, right? Or doing it under one entity, which is NYPD. We have to do it together, and we have to do it stronger together. It's not enough to just say what we're doing right now is okay. It's not enough. We have to do a lot more. We have to build wealth in these communities. When you look at the uneven playing field, when you go to Bayside or you go to Staten Island in some parts, or other areas where we don't live, they have things for their kids to do. They have state-of-the-art centers and so on and so forth. They have quality education and books and so on and so forth. And so we need to just level the playing field and invest in our kids and invest in what works.
Erica Ford, thank you for your time today. I wanted to make sure we documented this moment in this transition in the city, because there's a lot going to happen in a negative way to our kids over the next 3 to 5 years because of the decisions happening right now.
Yes.
Prices are going up. It's getting more cost prohibitive for people to travel through tunnels, MTA, et cetera, et cetera. You have resources being pulled away from the most vulnerable communities, right? You have more policing taking place. We know where this is going. If you're not paying attention,
and the devaluing of the dollar, when you look
at the dollar,
and the people who don't have cashless, right? Because most of the people in certain neighborhoods use cash still, right? And so if the value of the dollar has no value, like all of that's going on, people have to pay attention to what is going on.
Yeah.
Happy
Erica Ford, thank you for your time. Happy Erica Ford Day. The work continues.
Yes.
We love you, Erica. Thank you for
Love
your
you
time
too.
this morning.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Erica.
Bye-bye.